Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here. We're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of October 7th, 2021. The current character challenge is Arkham Knight Harley Quinn. That is a 1 week repeat. I feel like we almost don't even need to say that at this point because it's been years since there's been a non-repeat.
And that has been less or more than 1 week.
Yeah. And the required characters for that are Sinestro, Black Adam, and Batman, who are bronze, silver, and gold, respectively. So, not the worst, especially since Batman tends to be one of the easiest golds to get just because there's so many.
So many skins.
Yeah. Her passive is this one's for Mr. J, which is when the enemy tags in, Harley may perform a surprise attack if she is tagged out. If the Joker's knocked out on Harley's team, she gains full power. She's got 1,100 attack and 1,000 health. She was last available on the 10th of December, 2020.
Right. So, like all the Harleys, she's a great support character, and she's able to heal her teammates. She's not the strongest, because I think Suicide Squad Harley Quinn is, but she's fun because of her passive. It's an entry hazard, and that term is a Pokemon term, I think.
Yeah.
Where she will do damage to an opponent when that opponent tags in. So she's very useful on a defensive team. And if you want to keep the other team from totally exploiting the tagging benefits of, say, Tantu Totem.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a playlist with her in it. I think the second part of the passive is weird. It sounds like it should be better than it actually is. Gaining full power when a Joker is knocked out, that can be really fun. But gaining power quickly by having your teammates knocked out, that seems too big a cost when you've got options like Tantu Totem.
Yeah.
So either your Joker is strong enough to be contributing, so you don't get to take advantage of that part of the passage much, and you can't really maximize it, right? So if you're leaving the Joker out until he's knocked out, the longer he's fighting, the better he is, but the more power she's generating off screen, so it's actually less valuable.
Yeah.
She's already generated some power. You're not giving her 3 bars, you're giving her, what, a bar and a half? 2 bars. And if the Joker's that weak and gets knocked out quickly, you're wasting a team slot just to get power.
Yeah, so it's not really an ability that makes sense to... It's like a backup, right? It's something that sometimes happens, and if it does, it's cool, but it's not something that you actually plan around.
Yeah, you can't make your team around that. It's not great.
It doesn't really help you, right? There's no way to build it where your team is better because you're making use of the passive.
Right. Neat trick is if you give her Tantu Totem and she happens to do the surprise attack, she generates a bar of power. That counts as the tag-in for Tantu Totem to generate a bar of power.
Yeah, which is especially cool when you consider the fact that you can use your second special with Tantu Totem anyways and get it refunded.
Yeah.
So she's a pretty decent... I mean, it's more of a defensive loadout, but it's a good synergy to have Tantu Totem on her anyways.
Right. And she's got extra hits on Combo Ender. It's good to take advantage of any gears that have a Combo Ender effect. 29th week in a row. 29th. Challenge characters, following pattern that's originally showed up May 2020. And at some point, we're going to maybe reach the end of it and see if it actually repeats and leaves out some challenge characters.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we expect Arkham Origins Bane to be the next one, and then Ninja Batman to be the one after that, if we're following this pattern.
And a bit of a spoiler, this is our only clue for this week, because there hasn't been a pack to give us a clue about next week's. Yeah. Usually we do have a pack.
So there we go. This week's multiplayer award is Master's Death Card, which has the following abilities. 1, after tagging, enemy blocking stops 20% less damage for 6 seconds. The second ability is a 100% area effect. Opponent takes 15% damage from your special attacks. Keep in mind that these are the numbers when it's fully maxed out.
Right.
Their third ability is another 100% area effect. Opponent's team takes 35% damage on your combo ender. And the evolved ability, which is a 100% chance to deal 20% unblockable damage on tagging. It was last available on the 4th of March, 2021. It's the 40th week in a row of the complete cycle of the rewards, and the 9th in a row of a repeat cycle. So we've had 31 rewards all in sequence, and then 9 of the repeat when it wraps back around again. Yeah. And because of the pattern, we expect Rebirth Wally West next week.
Right. This is an excellent 4.5-star gear.
Yeah.
So we'll build up to the best thing. So the reduced blocking, I don't even really notice it when I play it because the unblockable tag and damage is just... You get unblocked hits. I mean, it doesn't really work like that. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but if they're already blocking, you can't sort of break their block.
Yeah.
And so the amount of it is just isn't enough. The area effect on specials isn't as good as either Fourth World Mace or League of Assassins knives, because it's not a one moment as soon as you finish this special. It ticks off like damage over time. So if you knock out the opponent, they tag in. They haven't taken any of the splash or area effect or splash damage, as we like to call it.
Yeah.
So the unblockable damage on tagging, we've already mentioned. It's a bunch of different hits. So this is one of those interesting things where the hidden part of this gear that's not mentioned in the passive is one of those secondary effects of one of the effects that is mentioned, that is the best part of this gear. The unblocked damage generates power. Those little hits coming in, you get power from them. And it's amazing in multiplayer because in multiplayer, you generate power more by hitting. It is awful in offline play. Because
you get more power by being hit in offline
Right, so
play.
the other guy gets a bunch of power when you tag in with Master's Death card. But, you know, I guess part of it is it's been so long since we've been playing much offline. It's mostly online stuff for us. To us, this is an amazing online gear. It gives you an extra bar of power. It doesn't do that offline.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. In the store, we have the Survivor Pack. And this is exciting because it's not for real world money. It's for credits again, finally.
In the notes I did for this week, I even put exclamation marks after Survivor Pack. It's not Survivor Pack, it's Survivor Pack!
Yeah, and it's 595,000 credits. It comes with Arkham Origins Deathstroke, Batgirl Prime, and Containment... is it Containment Doomsday or Containment Suit Doomsday?
It's Containment Doomsday. I mean, we've always gotten into the habit of calling it Containment Suit because we think of it as Pickle Suit Doomsday.
Yeah.
But, because he looks like a pickle, right?
Containment Doomsday.
Containment Doomsday.
So, they're all challenge cards. It won't unlock them in your store, but it's credits, so it doesn't matter nearly as much. And they're all good. They're all excellent.
Yeah. I think the one card that gets a lot of flack and a lot of undeserved hate is Containment Doomsday. But he is pretty spectacular because his stats are low. That's why people don't like him. But in Survivor, this is the Survivor Pack, he really shines because of his passive. If he makes it to the next round, you don't even have to heal him because he's got at least 60% of his health no matter what, because his health pool is hidden in his revives.
Yes, and you bring that to every new fight.
Right.
Refreshed. So he's like almost like a better version of Raven's passive in Survivor. Or not better, but different.
Different, because Raven will steal
their enemies. Yeah, a hardier version of Raven's passive.
Yeah, especially in the lower ones. When you get the higher ones, Raven is way more useful, but lower on, it's easy because then you don't have to pay money for health restores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have the character bundle Lantern Elite hanging around for one more week. We're not going to talk about it because we've mentioned it last week. We also have the Gotham Gold Pack for $24.99 Canadian. And that comes with Bane, Deathstroke, and Insurgency Joker. So that's a gold, a silver, and a gold. So, not bad.
Except those are two of the worst golds. The stats on Bane are low. It's geared towards geared towards health, which we don't like. Insurgency Joker is pretty low with stats too.
Yeah, it's like a really sort of new incoming, new player type pack, right? Yeah. That's not that great if you have other stuff already. But, the difference between a good pack and a bad pack for cash packs is there's no functional difference because it never makes sense to buy them anyways. So this one, in my opinion, is almost better because it doesn't compel you at all. There's nothing pushing you to buy it.
It's not tempting.
And so in my mind, it's a potentially cash saving pack because we're not buying any of them.
See, previous cash packs for $25 you get 3 golds and they'd be decent golds. Here you get two not great golds and 1 silver. Yeah, not for me.
So this, when I said not bad, I meant who cares?
Right. Okay. So we're continuing, our cycle of 3 of those 300 nth metal packs, currently on the first week of the Joker Celebration Pack.
Yeah, the Celebration Pack series.
Yeah, so we've talked about it before. I don't know that it's worth, going into it. It's really, most of it's not great. The percentages are pretty low. If you want a metal character, the Batman Who Laughs is basically a Joker. It's not even my favorite metal character.
Yeah.
So I don't really can say a lot about recommending this.
Although, to be fair, most of the metal characters aren't your favorite.
No.
Only one of them is.
Yeah, Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. In our Survivor, we have the Suicide Squad companion gear set until the 20th of October 2021. Phantom Zone has one more week left. Last weekend's breakthrough was Zod, Aquaman, and Shazam. This coming weekend's is probably Catwoman, Deathstroke, and Raven. If you want to check out the breakthrough cycle, we have the link in the description to a Reddit thread from Devlin16 with the complete breakthrough cycle for you.
Right.
Moving on to the current glitches, just remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the eye in the top right corner of this video right here. We're on Android only, and we're specifically on Android 9, so we can only directly sort of confirm and provide troubleshooting for Android 9,
Right.
although we do have information available for other versions of Android and even a little bit for Apple for some of the glitches. And for Android in general, I mean, if you can do something on one version, you can do it on all of them. It's just sometimes it's a little different.
Right. So because we've got that list of working glitches,
The playlist of working glitches.
We usually like to talk about stuff that people ask about, which are the glitches that are not working. And there's no glitch or power credits that we were willing to endorse, and we still aren't, but we don't know actually even anymore if it works. We talk about what this is and why we don't recommend it in a previous episode of our P&Q and CNA&T. That's season 6, episode 9. The main issue is that using 2 devices simultaneously logged into one account is a risk for having your account suspended, and if you have to do that over and over, it seems like an unnecessary risk to us.
Mm-hmm. So other stuff that you used to be able to do that you might be looking for if you're coming back to it, although I guess it's been a while, so it's hard to know if there's anybody watching these videos who actually is still searching for those.
Or even anybody's watching to the end here.
Yeah. So stuff you can't do is the glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards, the glitch for early multiplayer season rewards. There's no glitch to get through the Phantom Zone supernaturally quickly, although you can do it pretty fast if you set yourself up right.
I've got a bunch now that are 10 minutes or less.
And there's no way of getting the free energy from the video without actually watching the video. You used to be able to skip it.
Right.
So in terms of working glitches...
Yeah, so you can play Phantom Zone repeatedly by resetting it. You can play the challenge repeatedly by resetting it. And resetting it is the idea is you keep your rewards, but usually there's a limited number of plays, and then it locks you out. This way, once you're locked out, you can unlock it, or in the case of the challenge, you can do part of it, or even just the regular difficulty, and then just reset it so you can do the regular difficulty again. They are basically the same glitch. It's been confirmed on the current Arkham Knight Harley Quinn challenge, and the reason why it's important to know that they're the same glitch is that don't accidentally reset the progress in one without intending to, because that would be bad.
Yeah.
That would be a waste of your time.
Yeah, and if you are on Android 10 or potentially 11, 10 Kakde, we've linked to a little sort of piece of information from him in the description that lets you, instead of having to re-download more than a gig of data every time, just move some files around and have that extra sort of gig and a bit of storage space on your device.
Right.
And we also have a comment from Jonathan Yang on how to do the challenge reset if you're on iOS.
Right. The breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly is still working. The airplane mode / refund glitch also still working. Good for packs that are random drops and for last laugh tickets. It's basically the idea that if it's a random prize that you get, you don't like what you get, you reset it, get your credits back, lose what prize it was, but then you get another roll of the dice. Mm-hmm. Just an important note, at least for us on our Android, you cannot use it for the final Crystal and Phantom Zone because it requires you to be connected to the internet, and the big part of glitch is being disconnected.
Mm-hmm. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and recharging your energy. As always, return your clock back to normal once you've gotten the stuff reset, but before you go back to playing as usual.
Yeah.
And last but not least, in between our working and not working glitches, we have the promotion glitch, which hasn't been available since update 2.14, just because the conditions have never been right.
Years.
It's been a really long time at this point, but it's never technically failed us. It's not in our working list, it's not in our not working list, it's in our sort of limbo list.
Yeah.
So we keep it there just because we can, really.
Yeah.
And that's it for this week. We have some lovely folks who support us on Patreon, and we'd like to give a huge thank you to those people now. That's Victor Gomez, Consul Peasant, and Edwoon, who are supporting us at the top tier Last Word, Sinemac and Mohammed Albshaiti at the Your Message Here tier, Shawn Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, Michael DeVries, Brandon C., Irvin, Ruiz, and Eddydoo, who are supporting us on the credited level, and Chris Wolff, Scarlet, Dani, Awesomegamer241, Pavu RS, Gavin, Mallott, and Isfar E at the gratitude level. Thanks so much for your support, and we'll see you next time.
Komoda.